Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the Real Senior Stoner back at you for another in our series of product introductions, unboxings, and reviews. This is by Pulsar, the Pulsar APX Pro Vape for flower. Let's get started. As you know, Pulsar is one of my OG brands. I'm a big fan of theirs. I buy all their products. This is going to be a palm-sized flower vaporizer that features really good airflow, an OLED display, full temperature control, an isolated air path, haptic feedback, an onboard stir stick, quick heat up time, and a 2100 mAh battery. Let's get started with the APX Pro Vape for Flower by Pulsar. As always, when you enjoy today's video, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, send a like, and I reply to all the comments. As always, Pulsar packs everything nice and tight. You're not going to hear anything wrapping around. The Pulsar APX Pro Flower Vaporizer. Let's get started. Inside the box, you got the vaporizer, a USB-C charging cable, replacement screens, and a cleaning brush. Put the unit out, and let's get the accessory pack out as well. Put the box aside, and let's get into this bad boy. The unit, 4.3 inches high, 1.2 inches wide, and an inch thick. This is truly portable and palm-sized. Temperature control is going to take you from 320 to 430 Fahrenheit in 1 degree temperature increments. It's got a 2100 mAh lithium battery. Shuggy, no. Shuggy, no. Good girl. No, Shuggy. Good girl. So what we're going to talk about now as we get into the unit is what it does. Nice to look at these things, but it's really important to understand how they function for us. Let's look at the things that it comes with. Stop, Sugar. Stop now. Sugar won't stop licking herself. She's got a problem with one of her paws. We're going to get her to the vet on Saturday, but she can't stop licking one of her paws, poor thing. Okay, here's everything that comes inside of it. Here's the unit. Let's get started. Let's take a look first of all at the ergonomic mouthpiece. Ergonomic mouthpiece. I like the airflow. The onboard stir stick is down at the bottom here with a little fingernail pull, and your little stir stick comes out. That's cool. Push that back in. Sugar, no. Good girl. It'll fit back in a very specific way. You gotta kind of put it back in the way it came out. It's only gonna fit back in one way. So take note of how you pulled it out. Let's take a look at the unit. The mouthpiece pulls off, and we see our oven. Nice sized oven. You want to give about 3 hours when you're first using it to charge up the device. Give about an hour and a half for it. The battery symbol is going to show from 100% to 10% in very small increments. You want to have the unit upright with the informational part facing you when you lift off your mouthpiece. You want to fill the chamber with ground material. I always do hand grinding. I don't like to use a grinder. So I like to get it in there with my hand, because what I like to do is allow for more surface area. When the pieces are just a little bit larger, it allows us to get more surface area on our flower. And that's what the heat has to hit. The heat has to hit the surface area. So it's full. Let's put our mouthpiece back on. Our oven cover snaps back into place. The battery is full. Once loaded, turn the unit on by pressing 5 times the power button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll see the APX logo come and the unit turns on. It's going to return to the last temperature that you had it on. So let's take a look at what that temperature was. 400 degrees. It's going to 400 right now. It's turning on and it's going. You can plus and minus the temperature control. Remember, it's going to start heating immediately. You're going to get haptic feedback. I just got it. But it says to allow 5 or 10 seconds more for the haptic feedback. There's a sesh timer for 180, 210, or 240 sessions. The sesh default is 240, which is 4 minutes. Let's take a hit. Wow, look at the vapor. Look at that. Out of the box, first time. Flower vaporizer. Not getting hot in my hand. Mrs. Stoner is going to love this. She has been looking for a flower vaporizer that provides vapor. Look at the amount of vapor I'm getting. It's actually commensurate with dab vapor. I don't think it's ever happened to me before. I'm very impressed. Instant on. You got a session, which you can take and move from a long session to a short one. You've got digital temperature controls here. I've got another 120 seconds, 2 more minutes left. You can see what it does. It has time and the amount of time left. Very cool. And once again, it's like smoking a joint. I have never, in all the vaporizers I have tried for flower, had this experience. Remember, this is not combustion. I am totally impressed, and I got to tell you, the thing that impresses me the most is the performance. You can get a vaporizer that looks like this. You can get a vaporizer that costs what this costs. You can get a vaporizer that has the same accessories as this. I mean, you can basically duplicate this product. But what you can't duplicate, I've never seen before, is this. Level of vapor from a flower vaporizer. I cannot say how impressed I am with this. Pulsar, you have created a home run. I'm going to look further at Pulsar flower vaporizers because of this. I'm going to look at a more expensive one and see if it does as well as this. Extremely impressed. What you do during your session is you take your onboard stirring tool and stir a little bit. You know, mix up the old with the new, let's call it. And then put it back in. Remember, it only goes one way back in. My machine just turned off. But we're going to turn it back on in a second. I'll tell you why. I want to see how efficient it is. It's great that it produces all this vapor, but how efficient is it with the weed? Let's take a look. Heading back up to 400 degrees. Going to give it a few seconds. Once it reaches there, gave me the haptic feedback already to make sure it's at the proper temperature. Here we go. What more can I say? The APX Pro Vape for flower is a home run. If I had more than 2 thumbs, I would give it. I am so totally impressed. Pulsar, you've really knocked it out of the park. The Pulsar APX Pro Vape for flower. Look at that. Thanks for joining me, everybody. You know what to do. Since I'm sure you enjoyed this one, hit the subscribe button, send a like, tell your friends, and I respond to all the comments. This has been The Real Senior Stoner with the Pulsar APX Pro Home Run Flower Vaporizer. Cheers, have a wonderful day, and thanks for joining The Real Senior Stoner.